Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cam Newton is back. Yes. Cam Newton is back in the NFL. 2 plays, 2 touchdowns. And let's get into this because now I'm in a place where I can talk about it a little bit more. Not going to make it that long. I just want to tell people how I felt about it. Because Cam Newton, about 6 years ago, was considered one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL. Cam Newton came into this NFL. He was the guy y'all wanted him to be. Then you turned on Cam Newton. He came in, he was the haircut you guys wanted. He had no tattoos. He didn't get in any trouble. He said all the right things. He was your guy, NFL. What you wanted the black quarterback to be, he was it. Your depiction of what a black quarterback should be, Cam was it. He was what you wanted. Y'all had a racist owner, knowing that the owner was racist. Cam took his side and said he never showed that to me. Stood up for you. And you tried to make it look like Cam did not and could not pass the ball. Well, he's just a mobile quarterback. Really? Is Cam just a mobile quarterback? Oh my God. Did he not throw for almost 4,000 yards his rookie year? He set passing and rushing records. He was what you claimed you wanted the African American quarterback to be. And said, well, he's not a pocket passer. Cam was winning games. And he was winning games in a place where all your so-called pocket passers, they had a lot of quarterbacks and playing there. And Jake Delhomme was the only one to really have some success. And since Jake Delhomme, there was a lot of people that came through and wasn't doing a damn thing. Cam got there and made y'all serious contenders. Jake Delhomme made y'all hot for his season. And it wasn't just Jake Delhomme. But they always compare things to stats. But what's Cam's stats looking like? He fell off. You never gave him credit when he was on. He came in the league in 2011. There's quarterbacks that's been in the league for almost 20 years. And they've been backups their whole life. And they never really got no criticism or bash. He was rookie of the year. He threw for 4,000 yards in his rookie season. And y'all called him a mobile quarterback, a running quarterback. He threw for 4,000 yards, had 21 touchdowns. And y'all looked at his 17 interceptions. Yeah, but he got 17 interceptions, though. Okay. It's his rookie year. And that's all y'all wanted to focus on. The next year, he threw for about 3,800 yards. His interceptions went down to 12, and he had 19 touchdowns. Then he had 24 touchdowns the next season, threw for over 3,000 yards again. Now, when you throw for over 3,000, that's considered a great passing year for a quarterback. Cam has thrown for over 3,000 yards in all of his careers, except for the last 2 seasons, where he played only 2 games. 2 games in Carolina in 2019. And then when he came back with New England, he almost threw for 3,000 yards. He threw for 2,600, but in a whole new system that was basically handcuffing the way he plays. They were doing the Belichick way. But all of this is nothing compared to all of these scraps that have come and gone. Yeah, I haven't seen you in a while, Selma. Yeah, 400 plus yards his first game out the gate, and they still looked at him as if he was nothing. It's always what Cam couldn't do. And thank you for the super chat, Jerry. They will beat the Washington Redskins next week with Cam starting. Oh, mark my words on that. The Skins only got the victory this week, Jerry, because it was the Veterans week, Veterans Day, and it's Washington. I should have saw that coming a mile away. They cheated the dog it out of the doggone Tampa Bay Bucks. Yeah, I can't believe I lost all that money. Well, you know what you got to do? You got to hustle and grind and get it back. Now, slow down, Jerry. Let's not get beside ourselves saying they just too back of Tampa. Tampa been in this situation last year. Everybody wrote them out, and they won out. And I think they're going to do that here, too. Oh, yeah. I got to thank you, Christian. Thank you. Thank you very much for not accepting that trade. You would have had Gibson and you would have had Roddy White. Robbie White on your team. You would have had Gibson and man, I'd have been so pissed this week if I'd have completed that trade with you. Yeah, if you saw the game, you know that's why they won. It was Veterans Day. They had all the soldiers there at the game. Oh yeah, DC, Washington. Oh yeah, they screwed they screwed the Bucks the whole game. Bucks would have had the ball on the 8-yard line when that idiot fumbled, and then they overturned it. I was done. I said, that didn't have nothing to do with Veterans Day. Are you kidding? Didn't you see that man fumble the ball on the 8-yard line? That was a clear-cut fumble as you ever seen in your life. They tried to say the guy was down because they didn't want the. They knew you can't give Tampa Bay the ball on the 8-yard line. Sorry, that's gonna mess up everything. We trying to control Tom as much as we can. What's up, Kennedy? No, they just never give Cam his flowers. He never got them. None in his career. It's all about what he couldn't do. He took the team to the Super Bowl in 2015. He had only been in the league about what 4 years. That was his fifth season. He was MVP. They was 15-1 that year. But people forget the season where I thought they had their best shot is when they was 12-4 in 2013. I felt that they were a stronger team in 2013. They just didn't know how to win it. Cam was young, but that was the year for me that I felt that they were better than the 2015 team. It's 2013. People don't even remember that year. Because they program you to do that. That's the type of thinking they give you. They pack your head in with all of these detractions on why a black quarterback can't do anything. Have you ever seen a black quarterback really bounce around the league like that and be on the team forever? No, but you seen these Josh McCowns, guy who can't throw a ball 5, 10 yards, and they getting every chance in the book. Nobody talking about how trash they are. I haven't heard nobody trash Darnold. And these guys are like top draft picks, number one in the draft. How many quarterbacks did the Denver Broncos go through since Peyton Manning retired? They paid one quarterback who Houston signed to a big contract and realized that we got Deshaun Watson and this quarterback is trash that we paid all this money to. Sent them to Denver right after they signed him. Denver had him, realized in a half a season he wasn't nothing, sent him off somewhere else. This guy kept getting paid, but shipped around the league, knowing he can't play the position. And all they do is praise him on TV. Well, Sam Darnold, he can do this, and then this guy here, he can do it. I'm like, Sam Darnold can't throw the ball past 10 yards. You got a guy that's burning somebody by 15 yards, and you can't get him the damn ball. So the defense just going to sit down like, nope, we're going to stay here because he can't throw the ball. Oh, man, we know that. The Cleveland Browns sit there and lost to the New England Patriots. You would have thought Brady was there. That's how bad Baker Mayfield played on Sunday. I should have known he can't play two good games in a row. Too many damn commercials. Oh, but they love Baker Mayfield. You never hear them talk bad about him. Oh, yeah, that hit Mayfield took yesterday. We was watching that. Commercial. You're going to be living there. Hey, Baker, where should I put this? I don't care where you put it. I'm ribs. Still hurt. OBJ, he is to be blamed. OBJ is not a great wide receiver. He's not. He's an arcade wide receiver. He's the guy who's a product of a catch. He can't run the route tree. He got speed. He does some athletic catch in a game. And now, ever since then, everybody made him a star, and he started buying into it, start doing crap on the sidelines. Now he's overrated. He's more known from stuff he done outside of football than what he's doing on the field. He the one that choked in Green Bay. The New York Giants had the Green Bay Packers beat. Eli was doing his job. The person that choked was Odell. He dropped every big pass, gonna come out there with his shirt off to try to show, come on, we're gonna take our shirt off when we go out there. Like he fighting the media because they went on the damn boat down in Miami, trying instead of practicing and getting ready for the temperature that they finna have to encounter. Getting your body acclimated to the cold, then he gonna go there with his shirt off and damn near give himself pneumonia to try to prove a point to the media. You ain't playing the media, you playing the Packers. and they acclimated to this weather. And you dropped every damn ball that was thrown your way, Odell. Coming up short like you always do. He can't run the route tree. Chance. The best route runner in football right now is Cooper Kupp. They're not going to probably tell you because most of them don't know. But if you're watching, let another wide receiver tell you. They say Amari Cooper, and then they'll tell you probably Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp is the best route runner in the football game right now. He's better than Cooper. And what y'all don't realize, it's when we talk about route running, it's the actual steps, the cuts that he made. You gotta watch his feet. Cooper Kupp has the best feet from a wide receiver that I've seen since Randy Moss. Now I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I have seen wide receivers in this game, and I've seen the best. And I've seen guys who had great feet like Jerry Rice, Randy Moss, and the next is Cooper Kupp. And I'm gonna tell you that nobody has the best feet in the game. You don't send 415 on a different route. You send a 415 on a go route. But Randy can run any route you give him. But I'm not trying to have Randy run a comeback route. He's 415. Catch me if you can. Steve Largent was good for his time. And Largent was great at receptions. He just played for bad teams. A lot of his years he played with bad teams. Hopkins runs high. He runs some good routes, but it's mostly his height and his length. He catches the ball high, so he mostly uses he's like Calvin Johnson. They run the route, but I'm talking about actual footwork. Like Cooper Kupp got to use angles to get open. He got to really use his feet so that he can get open and do the things that he do. The best footwork I've seen was and had very good feet is Jerry Rice. Ocho had good feet, but the best I've seen do it was probably Randy. Randy foot, and it was natural for Randy. That's the thing. He didn't have to really work on it. Cooper Kupp had nasty feet. Nasty feet work. Y'all ain't probably never seen it before. Go and watch Cooper Kupp. Watch him play. Watch him run a route. He's doing so many things on it. Why do you think he get open so much? It's what he's doing at the line of scrimmage with his feet. It's his steps that he take, the cuts, the turns, the three-step drop. He know how to get open on a three-step drop quicker than any receiver I've seen. It's over. If you need him to get 10, 15 yards, why do you think Cooper Kupp be so open? Have you ever seen Cooper Kupp play? He invented that catch 360 rollout. Like, as soon as he catch it, he rolls the other way. Cooper Kupp is nasty, dog. Andre Rison didn't have great feet. He was fast. Andre Bad Moon Rising, he was fast. He can catch some passes, but he was never, ever like that. I knew Andre Rison wasn't gonna, he became better once he got to a team where, he could just focus on football. He won a championship with the Packers. Oh, Marvin. Marvin was good because Marvin was athletic, but he was stronger than what people gave him credit for. Plus, Marvin to shoot you. You got out of line with him. Santonio Holmes, another great route runner with great feet. That's how he beat you. He has speed for his age. He has speed to get to certain spots quicker because he was old. A lot of people thought, he was a young guy. He was pretty old. He was just making it look so easy. Hines Ward was a great route runner, but he was more of a better catcher of the ball. Like, he could take massive hits. Hines would still hold on to that ball. T.O., the thing about T.O. is he was long. T.O. was long. Like, he played long. He could run and get open and do all that. He ain't got a lot of tricks at the line of scrimmage. But when T.O., and they always said he wasn't fast. He wasn't fast like Randy, but T.O. can do his thing. And when T.O. get it, I mean, you'll never find a harder working wide receiver than Terrell Owens, rather. And man, length, the way he used to pull the balls in when he catch it. He didn't really have the greatest technique, and I don't think he had the greatest hands. And then a lot of times he played with injury, so people just didn't know. And he like led the league in drop passes. He played with a broke hand, but he didn't want to miss any games, so he played. So he dropped some passes in the game, and he led the league in drops. Really profited off of the success of Marvin. They was worried about Marvin Harrison, and as Marvin started to slow down, became more of a possession receiver, and Reggie Wayne became that burner. It took the pressure off Reggie Wayne. But I knew once Marvin was gone and Reggie was the number one, I knew that was going to be a problem. That was going to be a problem. Now, my thing is, why wouldn't Cam be in there? They was like, oh, Cam wouldn't take the vaccine, so that's why Cam was let go by the Patriots because they real strict about that. Okay, let's say that. There's how many more teams? 29 other teams in the NFL. Cam couldn't have been a backup anywhere. You mean to tell me Cam Newton is that bad of a quarterback who was just 5 years the MVP of the league? he was that bad of a quarterback that he couldn't win you games? Mm. Cam was that bad that not only he couldn't win you games, he was washed up, and you got guys out here starting quarterbacks that were done. You got Andy Dalton for the Bears getting 10-year deals. I'm like, what? Dalton? And they never trashed these guys. These guys never did anything. They always came up short. And even when Cincinnati had the best record, the Red Rifle himself was shooting blanks. He had TJ Huzmanzada. He had Chad Johnson. He had Corey Dillon. They had everybody. And he couldn't get it done. He kept coming up short. But nobody's talking about them. That's right. The Cash App is Carcino. Thank you for the support. Yeah, like button is free. Please hit that up. Rocket Ishmael, man, he was great in college, boy. One of the fastest I've seen in cleats in college. But in the pros, it just didn't register. And that's because of all of the horribleness that went on with the draft and signing up to go to the Canadian League and all that stuff because they didn't want to pay him, what he had. What's up? What's up, Kwame? Man, I just returned your message yesterday, man. I was up almost 24 hours straight. It wasn't even in my house. But then I finally saw your Allen Iverson video. He got a great video with AI in there. It's sideways, but I was watching it sideways like this. I was watching AI like this. We gonna get there. Hey, the message gonna get there. Oh, they ain't want to send my videos out, especially after I exposed Matt again. I told you he got people on his heads. They sent me all the information. It was so much. I was like, I can't put all that out. Exactly. But see, that's what they want you to do. Cam had every right to make that face and say, I'm back. He apologized. He said he wasn't going to do it again, but he needed to get that out. He needed to yell and tell the world, I'm back. And why they want to control his image? Why they want to control? Cam was wearing those 1935 suits. Cam Newton was wearing suits from like 1935. The owner told him, don't you get a tattoo. Cam didn't get a tattoo because of that. The owner, the one who got removed for being racist when they found all the stuff out about him, like it was a shock to them. And he had to sell the team. Oh yeah, AI, because AI went through the same thing. Des Bryant, another one that went through the same thing that Kwame. There's so many Kwame Browns out there. Allen Iverson was the greatest player in the league. The only guy that they was putting up there with popularity with Michael Jordan. He was bigger than Kobe Bryant. Y'all got to remember Kobe, even though Kobe won the championship with Shaq, Kobe popularity didn't really kick off until Shaq was gone. 04, 05 Kobe Bryant is when it started to come into effect, but that was Allen Iverson league. And back to Matt Barnes. And like people saying, like, hey man, y'all digging up stuff and going into Matt's personal. They put all this in the public. They put all that in the public to see. So that's all for the public. We ain't go digging in they garbage can, but all that is on public file. But it showed you what these women own. And Captain Jack, you next. You next, Captain Jack. Hey, we tried to warn him. Who didn't see all this happen? Only Matt. And then he want to make a show based on his life. The education of Matt Barnes. What's up, Clay? His mama named him Clay. I'ma call him Clay. Oh no, he put the Muslim thing down for a while. I guess while they filming the show, he ain't gonna be a Muslim. He's only on Muslims on like Saturday nights, early Sunday morning mass and all that. So then he go in there and eat some pork right after he get through praying. Now he know damn well you damn near engaged with a Mexican woman, and you know that Mexican woman gonna cook everything with some pork in it. Stop lying. Have you ever seen a Mexican not cook pork? Are you crazy? I, tell me about it. Beans and rice, they got pork in it too. They can be like, we use pork juice for the rice, pork. Be like, this orange juice. Oh, this pork and orange juice. We put a little pork juice in there, squeezed it off the pig, and put it in the orange juice. Well, you got to look at it. And the thing I want to know is why? My thing is why? Why would the whole NBA world, why would Steve Javie, the referee, why would these people have a problem with Allen Iverson? That's what I want to know. That's what bothers me. Why would they have a problem with Allen Iverson? To me, that is the most asinine thing in the world. This man was the product of trying to make something better from nothing. He was somebody that the league saw when he came in the league. He got racially profiled as a player coming out of high school. He was taught to be a football player. He could have got drafted by the NFL. Two-star athlete, football and basketball. And they didn't want him to get hurt in football and mess up his basketball chances. Plus, he would make more money playing basketball than he would football. So his mom made him stop playing football when he was like one of the best in the nation. Now, That's something you guys probably didn't know. What's up, Mr. Bailey? I see you. Hey, don't worry about it, Derek. Man, do your thing. You know, moms come first all the time. Mom's got to come first. And we was just talking about. I just made that video now about them doing that to Travis Scott. And part two of the Kanye interview, I haven't made a video on it yet, but I just finished watching that too. And Kanye West was talking about a lot. He was a lot smarter in this one, and he was like, "Man, I ain't said enough to get get myself in trouble yet. Let me keep talking." And boy, was he talking. He had Larry Hoover Jr. there with him as they talked about trying to free Larry Sr., things that happened during the case. Of course, Kanye was attacking Democrats, but he also brought up a lot of interesting points about what we define as crazy, even though he is crazy. I'm like, you saying everything you saying is the truth, but you crazy. He said, "Hey, the black people, we Jews too." I'm like, all right, keep going with this. My thing is this, though. My whole problem with it is you go through all of this and you have all this knowledge, you put all these things together, but yet I don't see the work. You see what I'm saying? I don't see the work. Kanye West to do all that talking, and at the end of the day, he cashing these checks from the same damn oppressors, working for their companies, still crying about what they ain't giving him. He don't even have his own masters to all his songs. He got to go beg for that. So yeah, you getting rich, but what have you done? So when I tell people like everybody, man, what are you going against Jay for? I'm like, no, I'm just trying to get him to live up to what he said he was gonna do. So to me, you ain't no different than a Democrat. That's all. It ain't about his music. He's like I told you, he is gifted. He's a genius. But not all geniuses are. Prince was a musical genius, but Prince was all over the place. A lot of people didn't understand that how great he was, all the stuff he was doing. He was a person who was in competition with his father. He was a boy who wanted the approval of his father, Francis L. Same thing Purple Rain was about, that portrayed his father that way. To the day his father died, he hadn't been the same. But no one knew unless she was really attached and knew that situation or his story. Francis L. was a perfectionist, but he would never pat his child and tell his child, "You're doing a good job." He would just say, "I could play that way better than that, but that's the difference between you and me." Up, you're playing that wrong. But it can't be better than me. See, when you put that kind of pressure on your child, you don't know that doesn't help your child. That help your child be successful, but you damage them because they want that approval so much that it cripples them. They don't know how to be satisfied in life. They go and accomplish things they can't. That enjoyment is very short lived. When Prince completed Purple Rain, he was bored. Purple Rain got to be performed every night now. Everywhere they go, they got to tour this album. He's bored. Prince put out and made a whole nother album. He made like 2 albums while Purple Rain was out. And it confused. This is what led to the whole thing with him writing Slave on his face and exposing the music industry. That ended up opening the doors for the NBA, Kurt Flood, another man who wanted to be the first free agent. Was a black man who said, "This is illegal that you guys get to hold us and pay us this for these many years, and we don't have a say as the players after we did so many years of service. That you guys control us like this. It's not right." And he lost everything for the benefit of everybody else. Prince made that sacrifice and fought Warner Brothers. Warner Brothers. Do you know this ain't no mom and pop shop. This is Warner Brothers. He fought Warner Brothers. And he waited it out. He changed his name to a logo and won because Prince knew I'm bigger than my name, Prince. Me, what I generate is bigger. I can call my name Doodoo Dum Snot. People gonna come see me. I'm the talent. I'm already solidified. So you can't tarnish me. And would not let it, they tried everything in the book to tarnish Prince. They didn't even want to promote his albums. Prince said, I will put out garbage albums, which he did. He put together just a bunch of nonsense, just studio sessions of trying out songs and everything, and recorded them and gave them to the studio and said, okay, there's a completed album. They were like, this is trash. I don't know. Just put it out. It's part of my contract, right? Put it out. Keep putting it out. Because I'm going to serve my contract and then I'm done. And then I'm out of here. And then he was willing to take the sacrifice. Like, I will put that out there. Like, your fans are going to grow apart and run away from you. He took all the risks. And you know what all them other artists did? They ran away. And you know who they went to? Bootlicking Quincy Jones. Prince was on stage with the slave written on his face. They on the stage. They all on the stage singing We Are the World. And Prince didn't sing. He just sucked on a lollipop and stood up there with everybody. And somebody's pulling him like, go ahead, sing. Come on, sing. He wouldn't sing. And he went to the back and Quincy Jones cussed him out. And he told Quincy Jones something that was epic. He said, at the end of the day, when your check come through the mail, whose name is on the check? Is it your company paying you or somebody else is paying you? Who told you to come speak to me? Or did you decide to come speak to me? Exactly. Warner Brothers. And Quincy and Prince were great friends. That's why he tried to get Prince and Michael Jackson to do the song together on the Bad album. Oh, I haven't seen the Rick James documentary. I'll check it out and I'll tell you what I think of it. Yeah, I don't know. They do certain things, man. But I was so proud of Cam for saying, coming out and basically just stating, I'm back with that kind of passion and fury. Because if you're going to tell me 32 quarterbacks in the NFL are better than Cam, all 32 are better than Cam Newton, then, you're lying to me. Now, I can understand if you got some young quarterback and you want to believe in him and saying, hey, this guy could do it, he could turn around. Look how many chances Ryan Tannehill got before he ended up in Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill was in Miami. They kept bouncing back and forth when we gonna use him. Look at Fitzpatrick. Patrick. Wasn't it Fritz Magic? There he is, Fritz Magic. Ryan Fritz Magic. Do you know Ryan Fritz Magic is gonna go to the Hall of Fame? He got Hall of Fame numbers. Nobody even know it. He damn near finna pass all the passing records. Why? Because he played the longest. But he got Hall of Fame numbers. Oh no, Ryan Tannehill had some people. Don't think he didn't. He had people. See, you just think because Miami was losing, they didn't have anybody. They had a lot of talent in Miami. But the thing about it is, once they got out of Miami, they started doing better. But Tannehill wasn't the problem. You had a coaching system that was divided on should he be the quarterback and what the plays they were trying to call for him to run. You see, they were trying to make Tannehill just a straight up pocket passer and pass right out of the pocket. Now, with today's game of rollout, Tannehill is actually athletic. He can run, he can move around, he can get out of the pocket. That's what he did mostly in college to create more time. But y'all wanted him to, Miami wanted him to stay in there with no offensive line whatsoever, just stay in the pocket and try to make throws from the pocket only. And he didn't have a support system that was there for development, so he was moved around. Quincy Jones is always that's why LL Cool J is in television right now. It's because of Quincy Jones. LL got into acting with Quincy Jones, and then he got him into a movie with I forgot. I mean, it's a LL Cool J movie. Most of y'all never saw. Gosh, it was like one of the first movies he was in. Since I mean, he was in when Mama Said Knock You Out in the 90s. He was in that movie with Michael J. Fox, where he was impersonating a cop, and LL Cool J played a cop in there. Out of Sync. Was that the name of it? It might have been. That was a crazy movie. Wasn't he like a club owner or something? That was a wild movie. Debbie Allen put that together, and Quincy Jones put the money up because he was dating at that time. He was dating Quincy Jones' daughter, Kadada, and they put all that together. Then he started seeing them do things that didn't uh, resonate with what LL Cool J was raised under. He saw them do some ritual stuff, and he packed his bags and got the heck up out of there. No, it's not. It's not Doc Hollywood. That's not the name of the movie. James Caan. I mean, not. I mean James Woods and Michael J. Fox is in it. I think it's hard something. Penny Marshall directed it. No, this is back when LL Cool J wouldn't take his hat off for nothing. So this is before he took the hat off. It was gosh, what in the world is that movie? Yeah, Toys was his first movie. Then it was the other movie. It's the same time. They filmed them at the same time. Mama Said Knock You Out, Open Doors. But this is, I mean, that was his first feature movie, the one that Out of Sync. He had supporting roles. The Hard Way. I knew it was hard something. I said Hard was in it. Yep, The Hard Way. Nikki, baby, you cop killer, we heard about you. Yeah, they played Mama Said Knock You Out throughout the movie. Mama Said Knock You Out was like that song. So we got LL made his own dialogue and just kept saying stuff that was referencing basically the album. When they went to the police chase, LL slid across the car. He always wanted to do that. He's like, let me slide across the car. As soon as he slid across the car and did the C, LL just yelled out, "We jiggling, baby!" And just it was retarded. It had nothing to do with anything, but he just wanted to throw that out there so that people would know he was always marketing. God, she slid across the car. We jiggling, baby. Oh man. They had to find a serial killer who goes to parties and just shoot people, then call the police and tell them he did it off of the Cam Newton topic. But when you start talking Cam Newton, right? Because that's what everybody want to say. Let's talk Cam Newton. And how bad is Cam Newton? Cam is this. Cam is done. Cam, all last season, that's all you heard. Cam Newton is nothing no more. And I mean, look, Cam has done nothing in this many years. Look at this crop of quarterbacks. We're saying Cam Newton is nowhere on this list. Cam Newton is not better than any one of these guys that's on the screen right now. Because I see Garoppolo there. And Garoppolo gonna show you tonight why his job should be in danger. Lamar Jackson, he can't do no right. Why? Because he ain't white. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why. If you start thinking about what could Lamar Jackson actually be doing wrong, They're winning. They're winning games, and he's got the passing yards to go along with it. Cam Newton threw for 400 yards his first game, and they called him a running quarterback. He threw for over 4,000 yards in his rookie year. He's a running quarterback. He threw for almost 4,000 yards the second year. He's a running quarterback. You can't win. Because they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. They don't want you to say anything about no other quarterbacks except for the guys they like. And everything is all right as long as it's all white. Because the situation is this. You looked at that screen I just showed you, and it's only probably about maybe less than 10 white black guys on there. The most we probably seen ever. And instead of calling them quarterbacks, we got to call them black quarterbacks. And because we got to call them black quarterbacks, because that's what they call them, black quarterbacks, but they don't call the other guys white quarterbacks. They just say quarterback. So that means to say you're not a quarterback, you're a special hire job. You're the black quarterback. No, he's the quarterback. And that's why I respect Doug when he won the Super Bowl, and he was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. They made a big deal about it. And when they did it years ago, they had Russell Wilson going to the Super Bowl, and he was going up against, I think it was it Russell Wilson? I think it was Russ. It might have been Russ or Kaepernick. And they were like, well, here we got two quarterbacks going in there, whatever, and they got Doug. He was like, do you think it's progress in the league now when it comes to the black quarterback? He said no. He said, whoa, why not? It's more black quarterbacks than ever. He said, because when you guys stop approaching me to do these interviews, then I know we've had success. Because we would just be a quarterback. We wouldn't just be a black quarterback and you got to come interview me because I was the first black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. So we still have not made progress if you're still coming to me to do these interviews about this. So no, we have made no progress. I was like, Doug, thank you. Because that is the best statement anybody could have ever said. We made no progress. Because we're not being looked at as a quarterback. We're still being looked at as a black quarterback. So when you guys don't come hit me up saying you want to do an interview with me based on this fact, they never asked about how it was for him to win the Super Bowl. It's always about him being a black quarterback. Like, well, what do you think now? Because you was the first black quarterback. Because they want you to be programmed to follow that same format. That's what they want from you. They want you to follow the same format. Distrust. Because they want you to say, yeah, man, he's a black quarterback. They want you to look at the other guy as quarterback. You're never gonna say the white quarterback. You're never gonna say the white pitcher. You're never gonna say the white anything. You're just gonna say, oh, there's the pitcher. There's because you want them to look at that as the norm, and the black guy is the Abnormal. That's an abnormal situation. Him playing a quarterback. It's abnormal. Any other race, they only do that with every other race, except for white. White is never attached to it. They don't say the white driver. Maybe, oh no, the Mexican dude. And it's all accepted. Oh, Rodney P was average, but he was better than Andre Ware. Andre Ware was a duck out of water. He was one of those college, and don't forget to hit the like button. He was one of those college quarterbacks that wasn't going to make it in the pros, and they tried to take away what he could actually do in college to fit the mold of what they said a quarterback is supposed to be. But basically, what Joe Montana was a white quarterback. They wanted him to be like Joe. Randall Cunningham got hurt trying to be like Joe. Oh, they hated Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson got so much publicity coming into the league, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, this guy played at Louisville. I didn't really think this guy was going to be everything that they saying he was going to be. I mean, we can't take any stock. I mean, they came after him so heavy. He's only played. He's in the middle of his season. Fourth season as quarterback. And people are already judging him. And they've been judging him since his first year. His first year, he had what, 6 touchdowns. He only played. He started 7 games. He played in all 16. They put him in every now and then, but he started like the last 7 games for the Ravens. They were still in the Flacco era, right? And the guy barely got in the game. He played 7 games. He had like 6 touchdowns. He had 3 interceptions. All they heard was the guy can't pass. The guy can't do nothing. Like, oh, he's going to have to learn to pass. He's going to have to learn to do this. He's got to learn to do that. It's always what he wasn't doing. And what did he do? With only 6 interceptions. He went and threw for over 3,000 yards. And he was rushing and getting touchdowns. He had 36 touchdowns. And threw for over 3,000 yards, which was the bar to meaning that you're a passing quarterback. If you hit the 3,000 club, you're doing it. Didn't get really the respect he truly deserved. Last year, he had 26 touchdowns and 9 interceptions, and you'd think he was the worst quarterback in the league, the way they judged him. When he played 7 games that he started, he only lost 1 game. He was 6-1. The next year, he was 13-2, MVP of the league. Then last year, 2020, during the pandemic, they didn't even account the pandemic into anything when judging him. They went 11-4. Got out of the first round and then lost against the Bills to see who was going to basically go to the Super Bowl. To see who's going to go to the next round, rather. To challenge for the Super Bowl. Second round, eliminate. But he got him further than he ever did before. That was last year. This year, they're what, 6-3? Ain't they about 6-3 now? I think they about 6-3. 6-3. Don't forget to hit the like button too, good people. 6-3 and winning, by the way. Winning. And he still can't get his respect. But Mac Jones, who's a good quarterback at Alabama, and I think he will be great. They talk about him as the greatest second coming of all times. Matthew Stafford, who has done nothing but beat up on mediocre teams his entire run in Detroit. That's how Detroit was. Did they ever make the playoffs? They couldn't beat winning teams. And he was a large part of that, being the starting quarterback. He had tons of offensive weapons that they still lost. And you're like, how did they lose with all these offensive weapons? But now they act like Matthew Stafford was the missing piece. Now Matthew Stafford is the guy when he's never done anything in his whole career. And they give him more love than they give Lamar Jackson. You look at Derek Carr. Derek Carr never gotten that much bad press. He got some people go against him because he's a Raider, but he never got that kind of pressure. Chad Pendleton, all those guys when Chad was in the league, he didn't get that pressure. Hell, they came out to Dak Prescott, and all Dak was doing was winning games. It was all about what the black quarterback can't do and what the white quarterback can do and have the potential to do. They never say that about us. Well, he's got the potential to be great, if he just works on this and that. I think he'd be great. He's made some throws. Never the optimistical view when it comes to the black quarterback. It's always about what he cannot do. Warren Moon was the best quarterback, period. No, Romo was an average quarterback. He wasn't a great quarterback. Dak Prescott is better than Romo. Better than Romo ever was. But yet they praise Tony Romo as if he was the greatest thing that was going to lead them to championships. Well, that's what people do. Well, we didn't get a lot of notifications go out. When we did our thing. When we do our thing, sometimes they don't send out notifications. They don't send out, because I rarely go live like this on the desktop, because of all of the nonsense that's been going on with my page and everything else. Russell Wilson yesterday played bad against the Packers. With the Seattle defense held the Packers to 3 points throughout the entire game, and they couldn't put any points on the board. Russ was not ready. Russ had been out, 3, 4 weeks, 5 weeks. The doctor told him he's actually coming back too soon. But he was not Russ last night. It wasn't the Packers defense. Russ couldn't be Russ last night. So The man who threw the best spiral in the NFL, Warren Moon, and he was still throwing spirals when he was retired. I'm like, dude, how do you just naturally throw the tightest spiral in the NFL? But yet they praised Jim Kelly, and that angered me. That y'all praised Jim Kelly more than you did Warren Moon, and Warren Moon was a person that really played without a defense. I remember they was up 21-0, getting ready to go to the Super Bowl, and the Oilers was number one, and I couldn't believe it. The comeback from 20, I think they were up 20-0 or 21-0, and they came and they lost in the second half of that football game. That was crazy. I remember I was so upset. Bailey said Joe Cool was talking about they was up 35-3. Yeah, 35-3. Aaron Rodgers was terrible. He played really bad yesterday. He played awful. It was just that they played Seattle, and Seattle wasn't Seattle. Had Russ been playing all these weeks, they would have won that game. The defense did tremendous against Green Bay all game long. It was 3-0 for 3.5 quarters. Dallas couldn't hold them. When Atlanta got scared, and Mighty Ice was playing like he was on ice. Nope. What's up? That's JB. What's up, JB? Well, if he loved the attention, then he should have mentioned Future in his book. He wanted to keep it all about Michael Jordan. Well, he didn't want to mention how Future then talked about donkey stroking your wife while you on TV talking about the game. Well, I think the Bulls need to get better penetration in the paint. He out there banging your wife, and they looking at you on TV. Hey, ain't that your husband right there? Yeah, well, Scotty just moved out of here because he know he's burnt his last bridge here. So that's why he put that house up for sale down the street. That's what I'm saying. You went and got you a house, try to copy off Mike's house. You want to put 33 out there. You just always jealous of Mike and thought that you was better than what you was. You're Scotty Pippen. There was never gonna be Air Scotty. Okay, that's it. And this is what happened when you put these people on a pedestal. Now, Bulls fans, I blamed all y'all for this. because y'all was feeding into that. Scotty is the man. Scotty was this. No, now when he come at Mike, oh Scotty, now he delusional. Yeah, I know he been delusional. Your whole team was delusional. Let's go. Let's go. Sometimes I dream that he is me. They want to be like Mike. Be like Mike. If they could be like Mike. What did I think about the arcade quarterback playing like an arcade quarterback? Oh, HD just sent me something. Don't forget to follow him too. Welcome to HD, Two Eyes, then the TV. We got to get him to 1,000. He probably got 1,000 subs, and I don't even know about. I ain't been online really checking out too much or anything. And near the end, Horace Grant was hating on MJ too, of course. He mad because, yeah, I had a sandwich. He gonna tell them how he can't eat. What you, because he played like crap today. What is this? I mean, all these dudes owe Michael Jordan, they career, they life. He should be like, look, y'all owe me money. It wasn't for me, none of you bums would be getting any type of attention. They only talking to you to ask about me. You should be honored that you played with me. I mean, really, if Mike could say what he want to say, he'd be like, look, most of you are losers by birth or by choice. Either which way. Makes no difference. I'm the only winner on this team. That's what Mike want to say. That's what Mike want to say. But he can't. But that's the truth. That's why the 30 for 30 was on Mike. It was 30 for 30 had nothing to do